Welcome back to the channel. Today is Thursday and it's back to Zwift riding. I did ride yesterday. I did the Tour of Watopia Stage 4, which was 5 laps of the jungle circuit, and I realised how difficult that was kind of coming into the 5th lap, and I thought I could have done the slightly shorter route, but I need to get distance in my legs, I need to get time on the bike ready for Ride London. It was very interesting being automatically assigned a bike. The gravel was a slightly different colour as well to what it normally is. And to be honest, I had connection issues at the start, so I wasn't in the draft. I don't really know whether it's an improvement on the other gravel and the changes that Zwift are making. So I have no idea, but I still got on and did the ride. I did feel relatively good following a few weeks of just struggling to get better and feel well again. I did feel quite good. Although I am hurt, my legs are hurting today, so I have no idea how the race tonight is going to go. We are doing Box Hill, so there's a bit of climbing in this. I guess my aim is to stay with them, the group, for as long as I can. I know I'll get blown out the back at Box Hill, but if I can get to Box Hill with the group and I'm feeling strong, it'll be thumbs up. That race became a bit of a nightmare in the end. I couldn't get my camera set up. I plugged it in with about 10 minutes to go, and I couldn't get it to link to the recording software that I usually use. Then it would link and it just came through huge, and I ran out of time to try and resize it. I don't know why it's done it. It's not done it in a year of me doing these videos. It just picked that moment and I literally ran out of time to fix it. But then jumping on the bike, and I put some footage in now, my power in the race seemed really, really strange. It would step up and stay constant, then step up and stay constant. It was more like a step than it was almost like it was reading every few minutes, every few seconds or something. I don't know what it was, but I was trying to catch up with the group, and then I'd shoot out the front of the group because it would record my power as higher than I'd stopped pedaling and it was still recording a higher power, and it just sort of made it impossible to stay with the group. And then we got to the bottom of that little climb that goes up into, I guess, the central part of London, and it cut out for a millisecond and I lost the group. The group had gone then, and by the time the trainer reacted again, it was just too late. So it became a bit of a frustration, and I even stopped partway around to try and reconnect it through a different USB port in a different way, and I just couldn't get it to work. And what I did is I had some problems, as I said, on the Tour of Watopia ride that I did, and I changed so that I put this on a long cable, just the ANT plus dongle, right underneath the bike, thinking that it was a connection issue. I couldn't even get the Bluetooth to find the trainer. Just all sorts of problems. I don't know what it is. I'm actually wondering, this might sound quite weird, but I'm wondering whether it's just the fact that the router's on the other side of the room, I sit in the middle, and the computer's on the other side. I don't know what it is. I've ordered a network cable in case it's an internet connection issue causing it. I've never had this issue before, and it just felt really, really strange. It wasn't matching what I was doing on the bike to what was happening on Zwift. So some fixing that I need to do, and gonna be honest, it put me in a bit of a bad mood. I did finish the route, still was determined to get through. I'm pleased I did that, because it would have been very easy just to give up and log off at that point. And I nearly did, because once I unplugged it and plugged it back in again, it wouldn't find it, and I had to unplug lots of stuff. Sometimes computers, But I did stay on with it, got up Box Hill and completed the course. So I'm going to put tonight's race behind me. Just another massive frustration, and clearly all I've done is move my room and my bike, and theoretically got a closer connection to my computer, and it feels worse. Figure that one out. Maybe it's something to do with the new Zwift update. We've had a few over the last few days, so maybe it's that. I don't know. But I'll find out if it happens on the rest of the rides this week on Saturday's group ride. But who knows? But I'm going to go to bed, and hopefully I can fix the Zwift issues in the next couple of days. It's Friday afternoon. I've come outside. I've got the afternoon off work. No Zwift issues, no camera issues, none of that stuff. Just out on the road. I've made myself like a 10k loop a little way away from my home, because I'm not too sure how far I'm going to be able to go today, so I'm just going to do loops of that until I'm kind of confident out on the road again, and just see how many I can do. Actually, I'm feeling very tired after a couple of days on the bike, so on Zwift. See how it goes. It's a lovely day. It's not as hot as it was yesterday, but really, really nice. So lap 1, let's start. And that's not my house in the background. Two and a half laps done. I've just stopped in this car park that's got this lovely view out over the fields over that way. I didn't even know this sort of area existed around here, so really, really nice. Just stopped for some food and a drink, a bit of a rest. What have I done? 1 hour 12. I'm not rushing this in any way. This isn't not trying to break any records, just trying to keep going to see what distance I can do. But time to crack on and do another few laps. About halfway round my 6th lap. It's going to be about 3 hours, around 20 kilometers an hour average at the moment. Not particularly good. Being honest, I felt quite weak, the same as what I did in the race last night. I just don't have the power in my legs. I feel like I've got my lungs back. I'm not wheezing and coughing as much as I was. But now my legs are miles behind where I want them to be. So a bit disappointed, although this is a lot hillier than what I was doing last week at Goodwood. So give and take a bit, I suppose. Look at the view behind me. How beautiful. But yeah, I'm going to finish this lap and head home and just see if I'll basically sit down for a bit. I'm absolutely exhausted, but it'll be 60 kilometers. It'll be a slight step on last week, but still a long way to go for that Ride London 100 miles, but I'll do my best to get there. We have a new channel member, Mike Costello. Thank you so much for becoming a member on Buy Me a Coffee. If it's something that you're interested in, head to buymeacoffee.com/target 2.5, link in the description below, where you can become a channel member or just do a one-off Buy Me a Coffee. Or you can become a channel member now on YouTube. Just click on the little join button below. Any new members and any support is massively appreciated, so thank you so much. Talking about this week's riding then, so I really did enjoy being out on the road, finding a few new roads in the area. I didn't feel particularly strong, and something I didn't mention in my race roundup either is higher level power. I still don't feel like I've got that back. My lungs feel a lot better this week, and it's a marked improvement on last week, so I feel like I've got those back, but just down on power. I couldn't push much whilst I was out on the ride yesterday. I didn't necessarily try, but I'm still a bit disappointed in the average speed, and got to the end of the 60 kilometers and it's kind of made me slightly worried about the Ride London, because I've got to do more than double that, nearly 3 times I think it is, and I could not have done that yesterday. Absolutely no way. So I've got a long way to go. Hopefully I get my legs back and I start to see a bit of improvement going forward. I have done a fair bit of cycling this week, about 170 kilometres I think, 5 days in a row. Yesterday was day number 5, and to do 60 kilometres after 5 laps of the jungle and all that sort of stuff. Maybe that is playing a part. I don't know, maybe I didn't have fresh legs, but it's going to be very interesting when I come to do my long ride next weekend to see how strong I feel. Fingers crossed it'll just be a marked improvement next week and I'll feel a little bit more positive, because right now not feeling particularly happy with the progress and what COVID has made me feel like. But hey, we've got a little while yet to improve on it. Let's see how we go. I did jump on and do the group ride this morning, the Bandit group ride, which was great. Numbers are dropping off slightly. We've had such amazing weather here in the UK, so that's no surprise whatsoever. But we still had a great chat on Discord and a great ride around Mercury, which I really, really enjoyed. And that's about the wrap up for the week, I think. I'm feeling a bit, I don't know. I felt that the weeks have been quite positive recently. I think yesterday's ride just knocked me a bit, but improvement to be had. Hopefully it's not going to get too bad. But if you want to come along to our ride, next week we have our Tuesday Trundle on Tuesday night. That's our unbanded ride, and I think this week we were slightly lower in numbers last week, so we might run the ride as one ride this week. Set someone as the ride lead and someone as the ride sweep, so that if we seem to have a split in the group, we can use a sweep as a lead for the slower group and the ride lead as a leader for the faster group, and we'll see how that one goes. So if you're interested in that, the link will be in the description below. The same for our race this week. In fact, it's still a normal race this week, where the A's go a minute before the B's. No, the D's go a minute before the C's, go a minute before the B's, who go a minute before the A's. lead to some great chase racing, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get the camera working and my Zwift working for that one this week. And then we have a banded group ride on Saturday morning where we just get together, go at our own pace, but the band keeps everybody together, and that one is run on meetups. But all of the information is in the description below. Fingers crossed this week I can get my connection issues sorted. I'm getting a little bit tired, if I'm honest, of it. And also, you see there's still mess in this room. I haven't quite got it to how I want it. I feel like everything's just been going 100 miles an hour recently. I've got one set of lights up. I need to put another set up, and I haven't put, I mean, you see the pictures behind me, but I've got nothing on this wall. So I've still got a bit of stuff to move into here before I feel like we're ready. So I'll keep you updated on that as well. But that is the end of this week's video, or this Sunday's video. If you have enjoyed it, do hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.